When every new player in the finals boots up the game for the first time, they are gifted with their first ever weapon, the AKM. Some people may love it, but others may want some form of alternative to this assault rifle for their medium builds. And that's exactly what the FCAR is for. Ever since the beta, the FCAR and the AK have been compared and contrasted. Most of the time to the AK's favor, but I wanted to do my own review and do a deep dive looking into the two assault rifles. Is the FCAR better than the AK, or the other way around? Are they both good in their own right? Well, let's find out. Let's start off with damage. Looking at the weapon's stats, it appears the FCAR does more damage. And after doing my own damage testing, I can confirm that this is true. The AK can kill a light with 5 crits, while the FCAR can kill a light with 4 crits and 1 body shot. The AK can kill a medium with 7 crits and 2 body shots, while the FCAR can do the same with 7 crits and just 1 body shot. And finally, the AK and the FCAR can both achieve a kill on a heavy with 11 crits and 1 body shot. This solidifies the FCAR as the best damage dealer of the two. However, that's not the only thing. This is countered by the AK's faster fire rate, which means that your bullets aren't dealing as much damage on the AK, but you will be dispensing rounds much quicker, which in my opinion is a trade I'm willing to make for this weapon. Though that might just be a personal preference thing, I don't really take these types of assault rifles to be a precision-based weapon as opposed to something like the revolver where your aim with each individual bullet dictates your success. With the FCAR and AK, I'm probably going to miss a few shots no matter what I do, so I prefer the higher rate of fire, along with the fact that the AK does have 11 more rounds in the magazine. Now I know that me, along with a lot of other people, reload habitually. Even if you've only shot 1 bullet in your magazine, you're like, oh, I gotta reload this thing. But I will say that in a lot of gunfights with both weapons, you will severely deplete the magazine, no matter who you're fighting, even if it's a light. And if you're in a situation where you can't reload and you have to pivot to another player, if there's 2 people on the same team, you gotta take them both out. Those 11 rounds in the AK can be the difference between a cash out and a team wipe. Now with that being said, the AK is still lacking in this department in some ways. The AK has a reload speed of 2.3, while the FCAR has a reload speed of just 2. The FCAR may have less bullets, but you can continue to fire, and with each round dealing more damage than the AK, you can see why this is not yet completely abandoned by the meta. I will say though that in the footage that you're seeing right now, I did have times with both weapons where running out of ammo and needing to reload my weapon did lead to a disaster. But now let's turn to the last 2 stats of these weapons, range and accuracy. The only reason I put these 2 together is because I can't really prove whether or not they're true. I'm basing a lot of this on personal preference and my own experience with each weapon, so take anything that I'm about to say with a big grain of salt. The FCAR has a little more range than the AK, however, I didn't seem to notice the difference between the 2 of them all that much. It's basically not there. I will say that at long range, I feel a little more confident with the FCAR, so maybe that's part of the range. But that might just be because of the red dot sight. I prefer that over the AK. I love that reticle. It definitely makes me a little bit more confident, but that's again just personal preference, and that can be different from person to person. So I can't confirm whether or not that has anything to do with anything. When it comes to the actual accuracy stat of the weapon, the FCAR supposedly has a lot more accuracy than the AK, but I don't think that's the case. I find the gun so hard to control. Harder to control than any other gun like it in the game. When I fire the weapon, I initially hit most of my shots. After that, the gun seems to lose all of its stickiness. I don't know if this has to do with the recoil, the aim assist, or if it's just in my head. The FCAR does seem to lack a certain amount of accuracy, and more specifically that stickiness that I mentioned earlier, compared to the AK. I can reliably aim the AK and control its recoil in a way I can't do with the FCAR. It seems to be more accurate and has more ease of use. Now granted, I do use the AK much more often than the FCAR, but I will say the reason I do that is when I started playing the finals, I used the FCAR and I used the AK, and over time I found that the AK was just so much more easier to use, and again had that stickiness that the FCAR did not, that I just said, okay, I'm gonna go with the AK now. So I don't really play the FCAR a whole lot. However, I think if you can control the FCAR, control its recoil, and if you're really accurate with your shots with the weapon, that's great. I love that for you. If you go into a lobby and you have the FCAR, I wouldn't mind, because you had to go buy it and then like physically select that in your loadout. So I think you're an FCAR main. As we said, it's not too far off from the AK. I actually think that they're a lot more similar than what people say they are. But yeah, they are different. The AK, it's something that if you like to hip fire and just spray and pray all over the place, not carefully calculating each shot, then I'd say the AK is for you. Though I understand that that's not some people's play style, and the FCAR does serve as a good alternative. However, the gun just isn't for me, but I do think that in the right hands, it can be incredible. Hey, if you like this video, please consider subscribing. It is honestly the best way to help out this channel. This is also something new that I'm trying, so if you liked it, please let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.